apparently the girl we just saw in that TikTok video doing the little weird ass dance is a 23-year-old girl who has apparently been charged with charges for, and I quote, posing as a 14-year-old girl online to meet up with young boys to smash. And all I gotta say is, what's up with this sudden trend of a whole bunch of young women in their 20s legitimately trying to prey on young ass teenage boys, whether they're teachers, babysitters, local community thoughts? It's like every other week there's like 2 to 3 news story popping up of young Gen Z and millennial women trying to hook up with teenage boys. Like, is it really getting that desperate out here? And how on earth is a woman like this allegedly posing as a 14-year-old girl? I've never seen a 14-year-old girl a day in my life look like this. Like, one look at this chick and yeah, she doesn't look 14. So I'm willing to bet that the whole charade of her posing as a 14-year-old girl is just a part of the story to add more info, of which, listen, man, them teenage boys knew she wasn't 14. Let's be honest, man. Look at that ass. Look at them, man. Look at them thighs. Like, look at that face, bro. That is the face of a worn out 25-year-old woman who's been drinking, partying, and doing cocaine for years on end. Let's stop the malarkey.
This 23-year-old woman in Florida posed on Snapchat as a 14-year-old schoolgirl to meet up with 12 through 15-year-old boys, and she's finally been arrested. That is 23-year-old Alyssa Ann Zinger, 23, of Tampa, Florida, as she engaged with acts with middle school boys and also sent explicit photos. Now, she was arrested last year and posted bail in November for only $7,500, but now has been arrested again after more middle school boys have come forward.
That is crazy. You're telling me she was already arrested initially for this, let out on bail for $7,500, which would be $750 since the bail bondsman with a bail bond, it'll only be 10%. And now she's back on the same thing, being a menace to society again, being a local community thought and preying on young teenage middle schoolers. Yup, looks like Florida's taking yet another L.
Now, the really sickening part is that Alyssa has been with more than 30 middle school boys from the Wilson Middle School in Tampa, Florida. What is going through people's minds like this?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to bring up the whole gender war thing. I'm sorry. But had this been a 23-year-old man who had been with over 30 middle school girls, do you know what would have happened to that man? Like, it's just fucking hilarious to me, man. At this point, I can't even be mad at these stories. The only thing I can do is laugh, as fucked up as that sounds, because nothing is ever gonna change. And clearly, there's obviously some kind of bias in favor to these female perpetrators who commit these particular heinous crimes against young boys. Now, I already know I'm gonna get comments saying, well, I wish I was those kids. I wish I was that boy. Where was she when I was in middle school? Listen, I understand how young, horny men are in general, and I understand men, boys, old guys, everybody, we're pretty much like not as hard on women as we are on men when it comes to these particular types of crimes. Personally, me, I like keeping everything fair and balanced because that's how the justice system should work. But it's just like, number one, this woman does not look 14 by any stretch of the imagination. If your 14-year-old daughter is out here looking like this, mascara bags under her eyes, the 1,000 cock stare, that nice baby making hips, all while wearing skin tight yoga pants and a belly shirt while shaking her rump on TikTok, then I'm sorry you failed as a parent. And second of all, why was this woman even let out again? Aside from her being a female, a woman, and the justice system being more lenient on her, the fact that apparently she's committed over 30 sexual acts with boys ranging from 12 to 15 and sending them all kinds of photos, and she still somehow, after being caught, found out in Florida, was let out on a $7,500 bond. Whoever the DA, the judge, or lawyers presiding over this case, y'all might just need to be disbarred, fired, because clearly you're not doing your job, of which the taxpayers are clearly paying you to do. And third of all, this is why society's so fucked up, because you have a lot of men, I'm not saying all men, and I'm not trying to shit on my gender, however, there is a considerable amount of individuals from my sex that clearly just do not give a fuck. They're literally excusing this type of behavior. But if the roles were reversed and this was a man who had done this to 30 middle school-year-old girls, you would be seeing all kinds of wood chipper memes, cure for pedophilia memes written on large magazine bullets, all kind of paragraphs fantasizing torture and sodomy and excruciating pain they would inflict upon that young man. And you certainly wouldn't be seeing a whole bunch of women in the comments saying, oh, I wish I was those 14-year-old girls. Why couldn't I have him when I was in middle school? I mean, I'm sure there probably are some comments like that, but it's just like I don't see it to the degree and extent of which I see it from my male counterparts in situations like this.
Why does she so badly want to have relationships with middle school boys? She posed on Snapchat as a 14-year-old schoolgirl just to be able to meet up with these boys, and then it finally came out of how old she was, and the police finally got to her. Parents and other people, let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think about your student or your child being able to have Snapchat and talk to potentially people like this?
CJ said it perfectly. People in these comments need actual help. Fellas, I just want to say this quickly. Stop thinking with your Johnsons, with your Peters, with your sausages. Literally. Did you know every time you get horny, apparently the blood that's used to be transferred to your lower regions in order to get you is actually blood that would be used for your brain and cognitive thinking, which in turn makes you dumber in the moment. So every time you try to think with your D, you literally get dumber, and a lot of your decision-making skills become even worse, which is something you have to try to fight. Like, a lot of you need help, man. This is just not healthy. Somebody said, who snitched? Bro, come on, man. Like, I would try to crack a joke right now, but it's just like, damn, bro, this is this is getting kind of sad, bro. Oh my God. Somebody said, I met her once when I posed as a 14-year-old boy. She was not happy when we met, and she saw the obvious truth, but then we both realized the humor, laughed, and went our separate ways. Ironically, we were arrested just days apart. Now that comment was from somebody named Uwell B. Weiser. Very funny, and I sincerely hope that never happened. That being said though, thoughts, opinions down below. Like the video, of course. Turn on noties and join our Discord server down below. All links are in the description. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there.